Hi, this is Shannon Palmer, MBSA Secretary, and today MBSA is going to go around and interview a couple of people about their feelings on interracial dating. With the power of MBSA's love, we're going to magically appear.
Sorry for scaring you, but can I interview you? Yeah. Have you ever dated anyone outside your race?
No. I don't believe I have.
Well, we weren't officially dating.
Yeah.
No. No.
No, I have not.
I never dated anyone inside my race, so yeah.
No. I mean, no. Not technically dated.
Of course, I've dated African Americans, Asian Americans, white people, Hispanic people.
Yes. That's kind of, not really.
Yeah.
I personally have not.
I guess the better question would be to ask if I've ever dated anyone inside my race. I like that booty shaking, fajita making Latina style.
No, technically not dated.
No.
Yes, I have.
No.
Do you think your parents would be upset if you did?
I think if I dated a white guy, my mom would be okay with it. I think my dad would be kind of upset.
Maybe religion, but I don't think race.
My family wouldn't be upset. They're really, pretty open to anything as long as, whoever I brought home wasn't a bad person.
You can marry or date anybody you want as long as they know how to cook.
Nah. No.
Not at all?
Not even a little bit.
I don't think my stepdad would be okay with it, but my mom would.
I think the big issue is in race more than it is probably religion.
Do you think they'd be upset if they had known?
Maybe at first, kind of. Why? Is that what you're gonna ask?
Yeah.
I guess a lot of stereotypes and stuff like that.
Do you think in today's society people are more accepting to interracial relationships?
I don't think it's deemed appropriate by everyone, although that's ridiculous because it shouldn't matter.
Yeah, they are more accepting now than before.
Definitely.
Why?
Without a doubt. Why? The
How
times
do you
have
think
changed. I don't know.
I definitely think today people are more accepting to interracial relationships.
You really think so?
Yeah.
You don't think anyone is bothered by it still?
I'm pretty sure there are some people that are still bothered by it. I'm not one of them. It doesn't matter what race you are, as long as you're in love.
Definitely, because I think America is becoming so diverse, and there's so many cultures coming to America that it's not seen as something bad anymore.
If you saw an interracial couple walk by, would you stare at them or give a second glance?
Just because, like I said, it's more normal, but it's still not completely normal. So, I mean, I'd look again, maybe double take, but I wouldn't think anything of it.
I stare at everybody, so probably.
No,
You wouldn't even
it's
look at
normal
them.
for me now.
I guess it depends on how pretty they were together.
No.
Maybe, yeah. I'm not gonna lie, maybe at first, yeah. Because you don't see, even though it's still accepting, you don't see it often. I don't know how to explain it.
Do you think certain interracial couples are more accepted than others?
I know for some friends that are black girls, sometimes they get upset when they see a black guy with a white girl.
Why?
I'm not sure. They have a different point of view than I do.
I don't necessarily know why some would be more accepted than others.
Definitely. In society's view, it's more acceptable to see people of skin tones as opposed to black or white.
Hispanic and Asian. I feel most Americans, especially, don't really care about that. Because I feel like most Americans relate to white people. So, I think the biggest, the one they care about the most is definitely white and black people.
In our culture, in Hispanic culture, it's more accepted, I guess, if the other person is white or Hispanic rather than African American. It's just perceived as better than that. And if it's something else, then it's kind of it's kind of still weird for them.
I think it depends on their family. Some people are still real into their heritage and stuff.
Do you think children of interracial relationships have it harder than a child of the same race relationship?
Socially? No. I think maybe mentally.
What do you mean?
Well, I think they may have identity issues.
I think it affects you more when you're younger than when you're older. I don't think I would, if I went to a school with a kid who was mixed, I don't even think I would know.
No. Saying mixed children probably have it a little harder because they have to adapt to both races,
I think it's already hard enough to have to assimilate an American culture and another culture if you're not Caucasian.
But if you're mixed, then I find it to be even harder.
No,
Not at all.
I don't think so.
Yes, because they deal. Sometimes they have to deal with two languages at the same time.
When you're starting to date someone, do you judge them based on racial stereotypes?
When I start dating someone, I usually date them and go by their character, what I already know previously about their character, not racial stereotyping. Because not everybody's like that, and it would be dumb for me to portray someone in that kind of light.
Not to sound like an asshole, but sometimes racial jokes are just funny.
A lot of times they're stereotypes because they're based off things that are true. So, like, people see, I'm Italian, and if you stereotype Italian, you're fat and eat a lot. And I do eat a lot, so.
No, it's more like physical, mental. If you smell.
Maybe it has to do with society, maybe. Or maybe like media.
Society or your community play a role in who you date or marry?
If you're like serious about a relationship and you're actually considering marrying somebody, you actually like love somebody, nobody else should matter except you and the person.
Society doesn't play a role. I like what I like, you know?
I have a friend who's from the South, and she just says that it wouldn't be accepted for her to date someone who isn't white.
In the Korean culture, like, you know, race and like being pure like Korean is very like important. I don't know why.
Society plays a role in pretty much every personal decision you make.
No, it's all about me, and everything.
In my eyes, I think we should all accept each other.
Do you know that interracial marriage was prohibited until 1967?
I guess it's relatively recent.
It doesn't surprise me that that's what it was.
Really?
How does it make you feel?
I think that's really crappy, actually, that it took that long.
Nah, I did not know that.
I think that's just a little bit crazy because it's like only, what, 40 years ago that was? That's like insane.
I guess that kind of makes sense because that was like in the middle of the civil rights movement. That doesn't make sense, but it makes sense in the context of history.
I wasn't aware that that was the specific date, but when I was marching in the National Equality March, I saw a black man and a white woman standing on the side of the road holding their dog and a sign that said, "Our marriage was illegal once too." And that kind of hit me pretty hard.
Some people tend to date outside their race, but when it's time to get married, they go back to their own race. Why do you think that is?
Probably a bunch of things. I would say part of it's probably, you know, somewhat family, somewhat just like the culture, the norm. Like, it's more normal to date someone of your own race.
For just as an example, just throwing this out there, like, if I were to marry an Asian girl, I would be introduced to her family, all her relatives, and all of her different customs. And I feel like a lot of people would have a hard time having to adjust or maybe be afraid of all the like ways that they would have to change their life in order to make a marriage work.
Because maybe their family is not accepting of that. So when they finally make the big plunge and like they tie the knot and everything, they want their other person to be accepted into the family.
I don't know, they probably feel more comfortable living their life with the person their own race, maybe.
Do you know that many people in interracial relationships?
I know a couple, yeah.
Tiger Woods and his wife.
I know one or two.
All the Kardashians,
All
except
the-
Lamar.
Out of all my friends, probably like around 20, not 20%, but 20 out of 20, 20 of my friends.
Kendra and Hank Basket.
A lot.
Yes, we do know a lot.
I'm pretty sure I could like count them on my hands.
Like a lot in my family.
Would you be accepting to family members dating outside their race?
If I had a daughter, any guy my daughter brings home is gonna, come under scrutiny from me. So, regardless of race.
Yeah, that would be fun.
Yeah, definitely.
If like my daughter like really loves a person, it's like go ahead, because that's the person, a relationship that my daughter and the other person, significant other, is gonna be with, so it doesn't involve me.
Very positive opinions towards them because they get you to step outside your comfort zone on the most personal level.
How do you think our community can change negative views on interracial dating?
I don't know if it's as simple as saying be more open-minded. I know that's not easy for people to.
I think the only way it can change is for more of them to happen. But I'm not trying to advocate interracial marriage. I mean, I'm not saying we should, mandate, we have so many interracial marriages. I think people should just marry who they want to marry.
You could just make like a big gathering of all the races just to talk. I mean, you can have little groups like MBSA or something.
Be more open-minded. I guess like advocate more, you know, end racial stereotype.
I think just being more open-minded.
Just keep on having interracial relationships until it becomes not an issue anymore. I mean,
so you think if we just keep if that just keeps happening, then
it keeps happening. Eventually, people will learn to accept it. Hopefully, hopefully.
I'm on the pursuit of happiness, and I know everything that shine ain't always gonna be gold.